First up on the show, following an overnight attack by Israel on Gaza, scores of people have been wounded and 4 killed. The strike targeted Gaza's Al-Maghazi refugee camp, which witnessed scenes of devastation, taking the overall death toll in the beleaguered enclave to almost 40,000. Grappling with the aftermath of yet another violent attack by Israel, residents were seen rummaging through the rubble of what remained of their belongings while looking for their loved ones.
What is this at 2 a.m.? People are sleeping. Where are they? Are they fighting at 2 a.m.? We were asleep and heard nothing but this missile flying. Then it bombed the house and turned it upside down. The house was made of zinc, and those inside were children, women and elderly. They were all torn to pieces when they pulled them out.
Israeli military and Hamas militants in the occupied West Bank are involved in fierce clashes in the territory's Tuba city. Israel has targeted a school shelter, leaving Palestinians in the war-ravaged strip in a desperate need to find a safer place. The UN estimates 1.9 million people have been displaced and are taking refuge in makeshift camps. But with relentless Israeli bombing, there appears to be no safe place left. Since the beginning of August, at least 13 schools have taken those seeking safety and have been subject to attacks, the worst of which came on Saturday when over 100 people were killed. In Nuseirat refugee camp in central Gaza, overnight Israeli strikes killed at least 17 people. These strikes came on the eve of the new talks aimed at reaching a ceasefire. Meanwhile, Hamas says it would not take part in a new round of Gaza ceasefire talks slated for Thursday in Qatar. This has diminished the hopes of a negotiated truce that Iranian sources say could hold back an Iranian attack on Israel. 3 senior Iranian officials have said that only a ceasefire deal in Gaza would hold Iran back from direct retaliation against Israel. The US President Joe Biden has seemed hopeful, meanwhile, of avoiding a wider escalation in West Asia if the ceasefire deal is achieved.
We'll see what Iran does, and we'll see what happens if there's any attack. But I'm not giving up.
Are those two things tied together? Do you have the understanding that Iran could cease or stop doing an action if a ceasefire deal is possible?
That's my expectation, but we'll see. Thank you.
Moreover, Biden's administration approved more than $20 billion in new weapon sales to Israel, defying calls from human rights advocates to halt the supply of weaponry due to high number of casualties in Gaza. And for the very latest on this, our correspondent Jody Cohen has sent us this report from Israel.
US President Biden has said that he expects Iran to hold off its strike against Israel if a ceasefire deal is reached between Israel and Hamas. However, Hamas is still insisting that it won't send negotiators to the summit that's expected to be held by the US, Qatar and Egypt on Thursday. In the meantime, Hezbollah has claimed responsibility for firing a barrage of more than 40 rockets towards northern Israel. And Hamas claimed responsibility for launching 2 rockets towards Tel Aviv, the first Hamas attack aimed at Israel's economic center since May. Meanwhile, the US has approved the sale of F-15s and other equipment to Israel. Israeli Defense Minister Gallant has said that these would help Israel to maintain its qualitative military edge in the region as Israel fights to defend itself on 7 different fronts. Gallant also said that Israel is tracking what's happening in Tehran, Beirut and other places, and the IDF has reportedly approved defensive as well as offensive plans for different scenarios. This is Jody Cohen for WION World as One.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.